All right, you need to stop scrolling down and pay attention to what I have to say now. Something is quietly changing on PulseChain and crypto right now, and nobody's paying attention to it. And almost nobody is talking about PulseChain ecosystem right now. So if you're holding PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX, or even if you sacrifice for ProveX, this video might change your conviction completely. Make sure you like my video and subscribe to my channel, because it's about time that we start talking about Richard Heart ecosystem. And comment 2026 if you are still holding PulseChain. I want to know how many of us are still here and how many of us still have our conviction. So right now, if you look across the micro shifting, what is going on? So globally right now, everything is stable. Like, too many uncertainty. Some people, if you go on X, too many agendas are throwing out around, you know. People are saying, oh, the new world is changing. You have to understand the world we are living in. We are living in the world whereby AI is coming. Don't think I'm not joking. You might think I'm joking. Oh, if you are poor right now, man, you are in danger. If you are still poor in 2025 and you don't, in 2026, I'm sorry, if you are still poor and you don't have any means of getting rich, man, we are in serious danger. If you are leading, maybe you are trying to code or anything, you are in danger. It doesn't matter what profession you are in, AI is taking over. I'm telling you the truth. So what you have to do now is position yourself, because it will become harder for average man to see a work. It's not about what's going on now, that the world is changing. We are getting a new world order. A lot of things is going on. So you need to pay attention very well to this video. It's very important. All right. So if you look at Bitcoin dominance, what is going on now is Bitcoin dominance is fluctuating. It's not being stable. All right. And the US inflation data recently have already been cooling down slightly. You might argue that inflation is cooling down. All right. And liquidity expectation for 2026 is also improving. And some central bank have already hinted at easing in cycle later this year. So you have to understand all this is coming to this year, 2026. So for some of you who are saying, oh, Bitcoin is going to 15,000, you are thinking that this is a 2022 bear market, right? No, you are wrong. Why this is wrong is because in 2022, there was no Bitcoin ETF. All these big institutional investors pouring in billions of dollars, they were nowhere to be found in 2022. So now we have Bitcoin ETF, and an average Bitcoin ETF price was around 70,000. So you think all these billionaires, all these Blacklock, you think they are going to leave Bitcoin to go to 50,000, 10,000? You are joking, bro. I remember when gold ETF was listed and gold get a clear regulatory framework, and that was the last dip that we saw gold. Ever since then, gold have been making all-time high. Just few weeks ago, gold hit all-time high. And what I'm talking about is about 20 years ago. So you think Bitcoin is going to be a 4-year cycle? No. What is holding us now is global uncertainty. You have to understand that. So when liquidity return back, I always shout this every time. All coin won't just move. They are going to explode. And that is why most people don't know about this. They don't understand the dynamic of this market. And this is very, very shameful thing to understand, that I am here every day shouting on top of my voice, screaming, because if I know what I know today, I will not be here. I will not be losing this money that I lost. And I am here today trying to make sure that some of you newbies, some of you who are going to be listening to my video, some of you who are going to come up new in crypto, you are not going to make that mistake that I made before. All right. Now, historically, I want you to understand what happened. Historically, small ecosystem and strong cut ecosystem and strong community, they are the one that move the highest when liquidity come back and the altcoins start exploding. And let me be honest with you, PulseChain community is not normal. So you people will argue harder and marry couple like when you come to PulseChain community, they are the strongest cut in the crypto industry. They are the unbreakable cut. You have seen Ada have fallen out. Ada have fallen out. BNB, we had the community. SRP, we had the community. PulseChain and HEX and PulseX community is the strongest after Bitcoin. I'm not going to argue with you, Telemoin. I'm going to, like, we are the strongest community in crypto as far as I'm concerned. All right? I'm going to be honest with you. PulseChain community is not normal. You people argue harder than the married couples. All right? You argues, and that is why I said they are the strongest court. And in crypto, when markets started rallying harder, everything started exploding. The strongest court, the strongest community win. And that's why I'm here talking about PulseChain. Now let's talk about PulseChain ecosystem structure. Some people don't know this. All right, let's talk about PulseChain ecosystem structure. I want us to talk about PulseChain structure, and let's see what is going on. All right, some people don't understand that what is coming on PulseChain is going to be something that they wish they participated. I have been screaming on top of my voice every day, and nobody wants to understand this. All right. Here, what most people are missing, and I want to explain it today. PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX. HEX is my favorite. You know why HEX is my favorite? We don't have enough HEX to go around. You see HEX? We don't have enough HEX to go around. HEX is going to explode, like it's going to be boom, how do I call it? Like a nuclear weapon. I haven't seen where a nuclear weapon exploded, but it's going to explode. All right? And heavily, if you want to understand what I'm talking about, HEX and PulseChain and PulseX and HEX and intensive token, all of them are still heavily compressed in price based on, if you look at the launch hype and doing the launch phase, all of them are 10x down, even more than 10x down. PulseX is more than 10x down. PulseChain is 10x down. HEX is 10x down. All right? So you are getting a 10x discount from what we paid for 3 years ago. Do you know how amusing that is? So that means the supply already distributed. The supply have already been distributed. They have already distributed the supply. The weak hand have already mostly have gone, because weak hand have sold at 2x, 3x, 4x, and now 10x down. They have sold. If you see here, nobody is selling here. Look at HEX. It's just there waiting for explode. Look at real time. You look at it here. Nobody's selling. You didn't see anybody selling 30,000, 40,000, unlike what we see 2 to 3 years ago. Now here you see somebody selling $400, $200, $20, $30. Weak hand have already gone, and the strong hand are coming in. You have to understand that very well. And if you look at the sentiment is low. Look at, we have been low for more than 3 months now. So, but builders are quietly building. Look at what is going on Peacock. Peacock is smashing it hard. Because why? Builders, Liberty Swamp, they are building. Look at their chart. You can zoom out and look at their chart. They are smashing it up. And I regret not buying this token. I'm telling you the truth. All right. So this is exactly structure that market formed before the violent upside move. This is exactly how market structure itself. Weak hand out, sentiment low. Builders continue to build, supply already distributed and diluted, and weak hand are already out. This is the structure of the market before we move to the violent phase. And now we have ProveX entering into the picture. This is a game changer, my people. ProveX is entering the picture, and some of you don't even understand the concept of ProveX. Like, you can buy fiat currency in your. I'm trying to onboard one of my brother that is in UK. I'm trying to P2P exchange. I haven't even seen anywhere how I can onboard him. All right. If you are in UK, please, I want you to comment. Tell me which app that you are using to use P2P, because right now one of my brother in UK, I want to onboard him to buy HEX and PulseChain. I couldn't get him in because all the exchanges didn't support UK because too many regulatory framework. But now, when ProveX launch, he's going to buy it straight from PayPal, from a lot of platform. He can buy it direct from his bank. That is why I'm saying ProveX is a game changer, and nobody is going to is ready for that. All right. So ProveX is going to change a lot of things. So instead of focusing on controversial, oh, Richard Hart own this one. Let's focus on positioning ourselves, ProveX is representing something very important. Like I told you now, I'm trying to onboard somebody in UK to buy with pounds. P2P, OKS doesn't support P2P in UK. Binance is not working in UK. And I wonder how UK people is trading, There's no freedom in that country. I don't understand. All right, so you have to understand that ProveX is a game changer. That now if ProveX goes live, my brother can just buy here, and from Dialect to PulseChain, and he will be buying PulseChain. Dialect, his money will be on PulseChain. All right, so this is a new narrative inside the Charter ecosystem, and market is pumping the market start pumping when all this thing goes live. So you have to understand that we have now flash narrative, flash speculation, whereby people will be speculating that ProveX, we have flash liquidity rotation coming into PulseChain and PulseX and all of that. So if ProveX gain attraction and capital doesn't stay isolated, it rotates, of course. Imagine, I have explained in my last video how ProveX will pump. And when the capital start rotating, it will touch PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX and ProveX ecosystem. Entire Liquidity ecosystem will start exploding. All right? Ecosystem will move together. You have to understand this. ProveX change everything. I told you before that ProveX is like the stable coin that we are looking for. I know a lot of you are saying, oh, PDI is going to 1,000. PDI might go to $1. Of course, it will help the ecosystem. But the one that will actually go to $1 that you needed the most is ProveX. Why? It has better tokenomics, less tokenomics, far better than HEX and all of them put together. And it have low people holding it, low back holders. HEX have about 400,000 holders. PulseChain have about 200,000 holders. Now ProveX have about 6,000 holders. God, I am going to be a millionaire. And if you sacrifice for ProveX, comment I sacrifice in this comment section. Let me see you. Let me know you are watching. All right, so I want you to let's talk about this cycle. Some of you don't understand what is coming. We look at our geopolitical tension and all too many uncertainty in the market. Too many uncertainty, of course. I will just say the world is changing, new world order, all of that put together. Of course, it's enough for you to get scared. But we are here. We are human. We survive World War I, World War II. We survive all these years. We survive COVID-19. We survive a lot of things. We are going to be here. World will get better. The war in Ukraine will stop. We'll have our global peace. We'll have a clear roadmap of where the world will go. And we are going to be still here. That's why we are investing for the future. So the weak-minded people, always fragile. They always panic. And that's why they are poor. Yes, look at the poor people you see today. They are not willing to take risk. Oh, what if the war breaks out? What will I do? Yes, you die if you have to die. You live if you succeed. That is something you have to put in your mindset. Stop being fragile. Looking at the news. Oh. God, man. This cycle could be different. I want you to understand that. Last cycle, PulseChain launched doing the micro tighten, doing the bull market. I told you that PulseChain launched doing the bull market. And we have a micro tightening all through the cycle. Now we are seeing a micro easing. All right, this cycle we are seeing a condition whereby micro condition is slowly improving. And Bitcoin ETF, remember we didn't have ETF in the last cycle. Now Bitcoin ETF money have entered the market. Institutional investors are now watching. Retailers are slowly returning. Look at what Coinbase posted yesterday. He said that large institutional investors are increasing their position on Ethereum and Bitcoin that they have not seen the level of their buy before. Means retailers are coming back. Institutional investors are sending millions buying Ethereum. Soon there will be no Ethereum to buy. You will go and buy Ethereum at 9,000. Now I'm telling you to go and buy Ethereum. Now you are thinking, you are laughing at me. I'm telling you to buy PulseChain at 1 cent. You are laughing at me. I'm telling you to buy HEX at 1.7. You are laughing at me. I am going to laugh at you when I become a millionaire. Mark my word. Today is 16th of February 2026. I don't care how long I'm going to be a millionaire. I don't care how long it's going to take me, but I'm going to be a millionaire. And in my mansion, I will do a video with my face, and I will remember this video for you. I will remember how I'm begging you to buy. I will laugh at you. Don't tell me that I'm lucky. I'm taking a risky that I can lose all my money. I can be poor forever. But I'm telling you, I'm promising you with my life, I'm going to be a millionaire. And when I become a millionaire, I'm going to tell you all this that I repeatedly, for over 4 years, I'm begging you to invest, teaching you how I make all my mistakes, and you're laughing at me. Continue laughing and scroll past my video. Don't like my video, but I'm telling you in your face, you are going to come back to look for me and ask me, give you the next HEX, give me the next fortune, and I will be charging you money to enter my course. Yes, now it's free. You can go here and put $100 and you become a millionaire. It's free. Nobody wants to buy it. Remember in 2009, people beg you to buy Bitcoin. You scrolled past, you didn't pay attention, and you are not paying attention for me now because I am nobody. You will cry, and then I will be laughing. Don't call me lucky. Don't call me wicked person. I am going to be wicked. All right? So all this is coming, and nobody is paying attention. And when if Bitcoin and Ethereum stabilize at above the key level, maybe went to 100,000, or Ethereum go to 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, all coins historically come back to normal and follows, you know what is going to happen. Do you? Do you understand what is going to happen? Do you? Do you understand that we have $630 million on Ethereum? That if Ethereum goes to $7,000, that is $1.2 billion. And if you put $1.2 billion at a coin that have 800,000 market cap, 800,000 liquidity, 300,000 liquidity, $1 million liquidity, that is 1,000x you are giving yourself. Everybody become a millionaire. Do you? Do you do the math? It's simple. If you have ChatGPT, ask him this. It's simple mathematics. You have to use your head and understand this. It's common sense. It's not common. And PulseChain is going to be the one that move the most. And right now, PulseChain is the most underrated, undervalued layer 1 ecosystem. Relatively to all if you compare that to the size of the community that we have, look at ADA sitting at 20-something billion market cap, 30 billion market cap. Where is the community? Who is making video about ADA? I am here shouting of me. There are thousands of us talking about PulseChain. We have more community size more than ADA. We have more use case more than ADA, more than Cardano. PulseChain is undervalued. That mismatch doesn't last forever. It doesn't stay forever. You have to understand that. All right. So if you're watching me and you are still here and you're part of this community and you're part of PulseChain community, I want you to smash the like button, subscribe to my video. I want to be realistic. I want us to be bullish. All right. And if you want me to be updating you about PulseChain community, PulseChain ecosystem, and you want me to making video about this, I want you to comment below and say I am accumulating PulseChain. All right. I want to know how many of you who are here that is supporting me. Now let's talk about physiology. The physiology of trading. You know, the biggest gain in crypto never come when everybody is excited. I have told you a lot of times. When everybody shouted, oh, 1,000S, oh, 1 million S, oh, too many us. The markets never move. I remember, just 3 months ago, 4 months ago, all of us were talking about super bull cycle is coming. Where is super bull cycle? Where even me, including me, I was believing that shit. When everybody is right in one direction, markets always move left. And now everybody is talking about, oh, bear market is coming. It's going to. We are going to see explosion. Exploding is going to come. So you have to understand. They come when people are bored. Bull markets always return when people are bored. No money. Like now, no money to buy. The reason why PulseChain and PulseX is still down is no money. Everybody have run out of money. Even including me, I have run out of money. So right now, people are bored. That is the historically accumulation phase. When people are bored, it's only few that make it. I told you, it's only few. Imagine if all of us have money and buy Bitcoin and buy PulseChain now. We are not going to be here. We are not going to be here. Imagine if you have money and you buy HEX here. We are not going. So nobody have money. Imagine the whole how many hours now? Nobody have already put $2,000 or $10,000. You know, 3 hours ago somebody put $1,000. Imagine nobody have 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 to put. No money. People are broke. When your baba start talking about PULSECHAIN, you need to sell. But right now nobody's talking. If you go on X, let me go on X. If you go on X, you can't see PULSECHAIN. All you are seeing is political tension. You see, oh, I love my country. Oh, you see, what is the powerful country in Europe? That is, they are feeding you. Elon Musk is feeding you algorithm about politics. You see, this is it. Trump is talking about 30% tariff. All these are, if you come here now, look at it. I did not follow these people. But algorithm, they are giving me all this. Elon Musk tweet. Nope, I cannot find PULSECHAIN anywhere. It's not trending. You look at it, the US dollar. Also, this is what you have to understand in the market. Nobody's talking about it. But when your baba start talking about it, when you see PULSECHAIN, everything in your timeline, you have to sell. Now it's time to buy. So when nobody's talking about it, that is the time that smart money is loading. Like me, that is why I'm telling you to buy PULSECHAIN now. Buy HEX. HEX is the best token to buy. All right? Load it on. You are not going to regret it. And if your baba is already talking about ProveX, change your baba immediately. If you have a baba that is talking about ProveX now, telling you to buy ProveX, change it. I'm telling you the truth. So I'm not hyping you. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just telling you the little facts. I genuinely want you to succeed. I made a lot of ton of mistake, and I wish I see somebody like me. I used to say this every day. If I see somebody like me when I started crypto who was telling me, oh, Paul, take this way. You don't do it like this. You have to do, who understands crypto? But I was listening to somebody like Big Boy. Imagine the life of a big boy. I was listening to that monster, that idiot. I'm sorry to say that. Sorry to use that word. But I was listening to that monster. He destroyed a lot of life. Big boy. Some of you might not know him. Some of you newbies. But if you are here in 2020, you know, you are going to know him. He was the highest influencer at the time in crypto. He was the highest influencer at the time. And he used to say, oh, Chainlink, V10, we go to $100. And a lot of people lost shit ton of money. If you look at his personality today, you see that this is not the kind of people you should listen to. That's why I always say, if you are 40, you are 50, you are 30, you shouldn't be listening to people who are telling you about meme coin. There are some things you should not be taking. You look at your age, there are some risky, last 4 years ago, there are some risky that I used to take, but I'm not taking it now because I'm married. Yeah, there are some risky that I used to take, but now, preserving my capital is more important to me than making it 10x. Yeah. So I'm not trying to hype this cycle, but I'm just telling you a realistic something that is going to happen. Something that is very structural is going to actually happen if you follow it properly. So I'm not trying to hype. I'm not trying to, make you feel, but I'm not a financial advisor anyway. I haven't said that. But I'm giving you a hint of what will happen. It's just a matter of time, So when liquidity improves, sentiment is low, and community is very strong, and new narrative is forming around ProveX. So all these contributed to the most good way ahead. So that is the combination of the good way is a way of us. So you need to understand it. So I'm not hyping PULSECHAIN. I'm just telling you something that will happen, so that you don't carry away about all the whole negative things. Imagine somebody like me, looking at all the whole hatred coming out from US, coming out from Elon Musk, and imagine somebody like me, an African. Imagine looking at the world power changing and hatred towards immigrants, like you are a criminal. Everybody from a third world country is a criminal. All this kind of narrative they are pushing on you, common people like me and you. Instead of Elon Musk telling you how he become rich, telling you how he made it, telling you how to invest, he's teaching you how to hate third world country people who are just trying to survive like me and you trying to survive. They are teaching you how to hate. Instead of telling you that stock market is down, instead of a lot of things that you need to understand that we don't hate each other. We are common people. We just want help. We just want to retire. So you don't need to pay attention to all those negative news. You don't need to do that. So if you are still here and you believe PulseChain and you believe that best date is still ahead, and you believe that we are going to make it, we are going to become a millionaire, like this video. And if you're holding PulseChain, PulseX, and ProveX for a long term, subscribe now. I want you to subscribe now, because every single day I'm going to be making video encouraging you, and we are going to pass through this phase together. I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to kind of start to hype you or sell you shit. No, I'm going to be here for you, with you, for the long term, and we are going to retire together. And I want one day, I pray to God, one day, when we finally made it, when we finally become a millionaire, I want one of you who invested in crypto, invested in the Heart ecosystem, who become a millionaire because you listen to me. I want you to invite me to your wedding. I will even if you are in heaven, I will come and I will find you and I will attend to that wedding. Because that is my goal. That is why I created this channel. And that is why I'm here. So I'm not going to leave you. So all I am saying is smash the like button, share my video. We are building a 15,000 subscribers. We need 15,000 community member this year. That is what we are building. So if you are here and you believe your target is to become a rich man before 2026, drop your like. Tell me your target. All right. We are here together and we will make money together. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.